the set.
Quiet on the set.
Bad count.
5, 4, 3.
Hey Mepham, welcome back to the final midweek update of the year.
This week, we take a look at the spring concert, the Nassau Suffolk Band, the past, present, and future of Midweek Update and morning announcements, our final teacher feature of the year, and the last senior interview.
This and more as we take a look what's going on this week on Midweek Update. I'm Maya Stone.
And I'm Jake Manno, and welcome back to the Midweek Update, the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the Mepham community.
Jake, how is it the last episode already?
I really don't know how we made it to the last week and we finally get to host together.
I know, there's no one else I'd rather end my junior year on camera with.
I mean, if I was you, I'd say the same thing, but that's so nice of you. Man, I'm happy to end this incredible year off with you.
I can't believe Hannah finally let us host together. It's been long enough.
Music has been a huge part in the Mepham community this year, especially the band.
I mean, I may be a little biased, but our band is pretty incredible.
Yeah, not biased at all. B&B's Amanda Ali got to see how the concert was put on along with the other school commitments.
1, 2, ready, go.
Throughout the school year, student musicians work extremely hard to put together a showcase of their musical talent. Nearing the end of the school year, these student musicians invite parents, friends, and faculty to attend this showcase, known as the Spring Concert.
So the spring concert is an opportunity for our bands, our choruses, and orchestras to show off everything we've been working on basically every day that we come in here. Everything from the music that we prepare to our technique, and basically it's a nice way to show off our musical growth.
The Spring Concert is an annual concert held at Mepham High School. This year, it was held on April 26th for the band group, and students intensively prepared for their roles during the event. Some students, such as band student Sam Nadler, even partake in other ensembles outside of school hours to fully furnish their skills.
I involve myself as much as possible in music, so I do band during school and jazz band after school.
Given the amount of dedication and attention student musicians need to give to their practice, some may find it difficult to balance all aspects of their education. Around the time that the spring concert was held was also the time that College Board held their annual AP exam testing, which also requires a large amount of attention.
I do think that the AP workload for students is heavy, and I think that a lot of students take a lot of AP classes and are overscheduled.
Especially due to the fact that May has a time crunch, there is a lot of pressure on students to do both: practice their performances and prepare for scholarly exams.
It's like sometimes we feel like we have limited time to work for the music, so time management has always been the struggle.
The students at Mepham are very dedicated. Although this season entails a lot of attention, focus, and determination, the Mepham Pirates are sure to succeed in their AP exams and the spring concert on April 26th. For B&B, I'm Amanda Ali.
Thanks, Amanda, and incredible work on that throughout the whole year.
Lately, you've gotten to see the Mepham Band and Jasmine, but what about the other bands?
Do you mean like from other high schools around the district?
Actually, more like across the entirety of Long Island.
David E. took a look at the Nassau Suffolk Band in a Nat Sound package.
Well, I love jazz and jazz ensemble music, but for me, it's the interaction with the students.
I feel like Mr. Dragovich has been a great role model. He was like the first real conductor that I've played for, like that has like critiqued like all the little things. But he's also helped me see how other instruments make mistakes and how you can fix those, especially the drums, because he's always critiquing Jake, the drummer.
My favorite thing is, I think, the sense of community in Nassau Suffolk, and the fact that you get to meet so many people and interact with so many people that you wouldn't have if you hadn't have done Nassau Suffolk, you know? Like, I've made so many great connections from Nassau Suffolk that I wouldn't have otherwise, so I guess a sense of community.
biggest challenge with the band this year is the difference in ability and experience levels. We have kids who, middle school or freshmen who are pretty green. So the challenge is to find the right music that is going to give people an opportunity to solo and play expressively and enjoy yourself, and at the same time not have the other part of the band kind of lost out of their minds. So that's always the biggest challenge with this particular group.
Mr. Dragovich has prepared me for that, he's been such a great motivator in my life to practice. And honestly, his direction is so great, but even more, I think his personability makes me want to perfect my craft even more, because he's someone that I respect so much. And he's just so great at keeping me motivated for music.
Thanks, David. I had no idea there was a Long Island-wide band.
It's pretty incredible, the music that they can produce.
It's also good to hear how much they love their conductor and role model.
I love our role models here at B&B.
They don't always get the attention and recognition that they deserve.
One in particular fills the role of a broadcasting teacher and an art teacher.
Here's your final teacher feature of the year with the one and only Miss Kalish.
Ms. Kalish makes me want to be a better teacher. I watch the way she crafts her lessons, I watch the way she interacts with the students, and it just makes me want to be better at what I do.
Miss Kalish, being one of Mepham's art teachers and broadcasting teachers, has created a welcoming environment in which she gets to work with her students.
My favorite thing as a teacher is to see that moment when a student finally gets something, where it makes sense to them, it kind of clicks. I get to see it in both broadcasting and in my art room. I demonstrate something, I explain something, and it may take some time before that really comes together for the student, but when it does, and you see their face light up, that they feel successful and proud, or when the project comes to an end and they look back at what they did and they are excited to share it with others, that's the moment for me that reminds me why I love being a teacher.
She makes the classroom a home. She just has a welcoming presence in the classroom that students just want to stay in even after the bell rings.
Ms. Kalish has really helped create the family environment, because she is just always at her desk, willing to help, walking around the room, hanging out with us. We've played Jeopardy, like Friends Jeopardy. We've watched movies, we watched Friends. She's just a part of the family, and we can go to her for whatever we need.
Miss Kalish is seen as someone who makes sure she gets to know her students and as someone they can go to for anything they need.
They always talk about how great their experience was in their 9th grade class. They all talk about how comfortable they are to be around her and how easy she is to talk to.
She really, truly cares about every student that she interacts with. She will form some kind of connection with them and remember it. She truly cares. She'll remember your birthday. She will remember little things about you that you tell her. Just basically, she just really, truly cares.
I've learned a lot by watching her teach and interact with her students.
Because of Ms. Kalish's dedication, she has become a role model to students and teachers.
There's a dedication to excellence, that people want to do better. They want to create better graphics. They want to create better products. They want to create better work, because she's instilled that in them.
She doesn't just give them the answers or tell them what they should do. She asks them the right questions to help them come up with the answer on their own.
I just want to say thank you, Ms. Kalish. Thank you for being such an incredible teacher, being my role model, being someone I can look up to, helping me with literally everything in the program and in my personal life, and I would never be where I am in this program without you by my side through it all, and I can't even express how much I'm going to miss you.
For B&B, this has been your teacher feature.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kalish, and also thank you, Maya. You've worked so hard all year working with different staff and students all around Mepham to help them get the acknowledgement they deserve. As much as we're going to miss you giving us our installments of Teacher Feature, you get to move up to be the executive producer of Morning Announcements.
I've loved producing this segment all year, but I can't wait to move up to the morning announcements next year.
Speaking of the announcements, Our next package focuses on both of our weekly shows.
Midweek and announcements wouldn't be where they are without this year's producers Hannah Broxmeyer and Sean McQuillan.
When the previous producers of these shows graduated, they set guidelines in which Hannah and Sean took what was given to them, taking the new shows to new heights, building the framework for the producers after them.
Sean and Emily worked really well together. We thought Sean would click with her and that they would be a good pair. And I mean, he just took the ball and ran with it.
I need an assistant producer who I thought I would be able to like train and like make the morning announcements producer. And Q was instantly one of the people on my list. You know, he's hardworking, he's driven, he's good at listening, but also good at like delegating. And so I thought he was a really good fit for it.
And Hannah was one of the people that helped me the most with just getting the show running every week. She was always there, you know, learning from me what everything that I was doing and helping out with a lot of things, oftentimes at the same time as being talent herself.
Was shadowing Louis without being asked to. It was just something she chose to do because she wanted to learn more and more from him. I don't know that she did it with the idea of being the future producer in mind. I genuinely think she just wanted to learn.
Because of their hard work and dedication, they were able to take what was given to them and create a new path.
So compared to where we are now, both lead producers of shows, getting to watch him being so motivated with not just announcements but everything and always willing to help has truly made me, I hope, an incredible producer, and being able to bounce off ideas of each other, it's amazing.
Freshman year me would have never thought that me and Hannah would ever work together. I don't know how it came to be, but me and Hannah ended up producing and directing most live events that we ever got our hands on, and I mean, everything we produced this year ended up being a great success.
With their time at Mepham coming to an end, they have started preparing the future producers and helped create their own unique paths.
Because what they really did was they went down, they followed the path that was lit for them by the people that came before them. What the people coming after Hannah and Q will have the ability to do because of Hannah and Q is they've set down a marker, if you will, that it's okay to go off in your own direction, that they followed the path that was set for them, but they took it in their own unique direction.
Well, he helped me prepare for this role because I've been working with writing the script every week. He's been showing me the ins and outs and what it's like to put together a morning announcements and like how to like edit it, like how you should build, and he's just showed me so much to help me get there.
Well, in the past few weeks, she's invited me to after school, like called me up, and we worked on writing the script together. And you know, she's been a big help in that way because like when I did it, I sat there for like 10 minutes on one line, just like sitting there thinking.
Beyond helping their peers directly, Hannah and Q have helped to create a foundation for the future of the program.
What Hannah and Q did was take them and morph them into the fully formed framework that is now solid, and any other group of kids can come in and put their spin on it and have the ability to try out new things that may or may not work, but the framework is there, and we owe that to Hannah and Q in both of the shows that they work on.
It's going to be so sad to see them graduate this weekend, but I can't wait for what next year holds.
Something that came to an end is this year's sports season.
B&B's Makayla Daube is here to give your final sports report of the year.
Thanks, guys. I can't believe this is the last sports segment of the year. Mepham Sports this year have been incredible, so fun to watch, and even more exciting to commentate. On Monday, the track team completed their regular season, and seniors Nick Fauci and B&B's own Matt Manno got their PRs, saving their best races for last. Lenia Chan also came 300ths off the freshman standards for nationals, with an 11.87 in the 100. Last night, the M Awards honored all of Mepham's senior athletes, as later this week, we will wish them off to college. Over the past year, these seniors have taken sports to new heights at Mepham. They've left an indelible mark on our programs, and they have modeled the way for our underclassmen to lead our teams to success once again next year. Before B&B Sports takes the summer off, I would like to take the chance to thank Hannah Broxmeyer, the Midweek Update producer, for making this show possible, and to Finnegan Corcoran-Doolan and Matthew Manno. B&B Sports would not be what it is today without you guys. We will miss you so much, and you have inspired us all. For the last time this year, I'm Makayla Daube, and on behalf of the whole B&B Sports team, have a great summer. Now back to Maya and Jake in the studio.
Thanks, Makayla, for an amazing job this year.
Unfortunately, we are getting towards the end of our final episode this year, but we can't forget about our last senior interview.
And there's no way better to end this episode, or so she would say, than talking to our producer, Hannah Broxmeyer.
Welcome to the show, Hannah. So happy you could take the time and reflect on your time in B&B with us.
Thanks for having me, and you guys are doing an incredible job up there.
Thanks, Hannah. It's a pleasure to have you on the show again. So, Hannah, what have these past 4 years in B&B been like for you?
These past 4 years in B&B have been an incredible experience, to say the least. From getting to work with people in my grade and other grades, getting to go to Bash in California, and just getting to work with some incredible people that I never thought I would get the opportunity to.
What are some of the biggest things you've accomplished during your time in the program?
Some of the things I've accomplished during my time in the program, one that stands out to me is getting to work with Lily Epez a lot. We were able to make 7 packages together, which I couldn't believe, but getting to work with more and more people, and it's been really special.
What's something you've learned during your time here that will stay with you for the rest of your life?
Something I've learned here that will stay with me for the rest of my life is teamwork. Nothing put on here in B&B is a one-man job. Everything is done with so many people from all different grades, and you have to just learn to trust those people.
What was one of your favorite Midweek Update episodes from your time on being on camera to being the producer?
It's so hard to just pick one episode that's my favorite, but one episode that I really enjoyed this year was getting to host it with Sean McQuillan, because we've done announcements together, but we've never got to be on Midweek Update, and we got to show more personality.
What's one thing you'll miss the most about B&B after this year?
One thing I'll miss about B&B after this year is the people. I love coming into this room, no matter what period of the day, and all periods of the day, and just seeing everyone. The friendships and relationships I've formed with people, I will never forget, and it will stay with me forever.
Thanks for coming on the show, Hannah.
Thank you guys so much, and I want to say thank you to everyone for watching Midweek Update and everyone who's been a part of the crew since I started being the producer of this show during my junior year. I couldn't have done it without any of you, and there's no other people I'd want to interview me than you two up there.
I mean, that means a lot, Hannah. You've done so much for this program, so much for this show. You've been an inspiration to not only me and Maya, but so many people inside the studio. This program really would not be the same without you.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Midweek Update. We'll be back in the fall with all new stories from around the BMCHSD to bring you inside the parts of the community we don't always get to see.
Until then, I'm Jake Manno.
And I'm Maya Stone, and we'll see you all next midweek. Have a great summer.
All right, here's what we're doing.